All right, what is up, peoples? Here I am again, Robizzie, your boy, the immortal, the great Robizzie, Robbie Austin. Drunken Reviews. This episode brought to you by Snowy Weizen. Am I getting paid for it? No. Am I drinking it? Yes. Anyway, I bet you never heard of it because I'd never seen it before I came to Thailand. Maybe they have it in other countries. I don't know. It's delicious. It's fucking like weedy and like kind of a banana-y flavor, but it's delicious. I love it. So good. Anyway, Hasip Habat, 55 baht if you are in Thailand. Anyway, let's talk about the biggest thing, the greatest thing of all the things I need to talk about this month. The greatest thing, the thing I was actually looking forward to the most, which was Avengers EndGame. I'm sure you've all seen it by now. A lot of you have not seen it because I have a lot of people personally close to me who have to wait a certain amount of time to see it, or people that I know that work in Afghanistan where I worked, or maybe still work. I don't know what's going on with that. We're trying to figure out. We'll find out next week. But they cannot see it. So I have not wanted to make a video because I don't want to spoil the movie for them, because Avengers EndGame is a movie that is better if it's unspoiled. So, in spirit of them, because if they see me, they might watch me, I'm not going to talk about spoilers. If y'all want to talk about spoilers, hit me up. I'll make a spoiler review later. First off, I just want to say I fucking love Avengers EndGame. It was amazing. Like Infinity War before it, it was great. Now, when I initially left the movie, see, it's a different experience over here watching it in Asia. I watched it here in Thailand a couple days before y'all even got to see it in America. And, I mean, I loved it, but it's not like when you watch it in America and the theater's erupting with the cool. I erupted, but then you're like, oh, sorry. So, like when, oh yeah, sorry, spoiler free. But there was times I did jump out of my seat. Like, there was multiple times I was like, yeah! It was great. It was everything I wanted. And I've heard a lot of people gripe about it. I don't understand what there's to gripe about. I mean, I understand people were like, oh, the time, we'll talk about that in spoiler video. But to me, Avengers EndGame was everything we were waiting for, everything we wanted it to be. It defied your expectations. We thought things were going to go certain ways, and they didn't go that exact way, but some things did go kind of the way we thought they were going to go, but it kept me surprised, it kept me entertained, it kept me laughing, and it had me saying, holy shit, so many times. Like, there was, like, just joy, just everything I grew up on, like, annual comic books on screen. Amazing. I teared up. I cried. I've seen it twice. I saw it again on IMAX. I cried more the second time than the first time. I cried earlier in the movie than before just because I knew other things. And oh, it's just amazing. And if you can see it on IMAX, see it in IMAX. Matter of fact, I learned something. Now, I've seen a lot of movies in 3D. I've seen a lot of them, and I never understood the whatever. This time, the theater was so full. I got there because I had to see it again. I went to Bangkok for 2 days. As soon as I got there, I ran in. I got me an IMAX ticket. I had to sit pretty damn close to the screen, off to the side. But oh my God, it was like a freaking 80-foot Tony Stark right in my face. Like, it came right. That was the most 3D has ever come out to me, ever. And I know people just tell me about Avatar. I went and saw Avatar. I hate Avatar. I still don't like Avatar to this day. But it didn't do. This was the first time the 3D was just, it was like in my face for all 3 hours, and it was amazing. So if you can see Avengers EndGame in 3D on IMAX, I recommend that. I mean, of course, see it on the biggest screen possible. This is a once-in-a-lifetime event movie. This is the Star Wars, the Return of the Jedi of our generation, like of this generation. This is the Lord of the Rings through Return of the King, but this was 22 films, like this whole time, and this was the ending, and they stuck the landing so well. There's people with some minor complaints here and there. I've heard them. I have rebuttals for all of them. It's basically people being picky, not really being into the franchise, which I understand. You don't have to be into the franchise, but don't expect me to take your criticism, whatever, if you don't even like it. You know, of course you're going to find things to not like about it if you're not into the franchise. Unlike something else I want to talk about later, which, spoiler, is Game of Thrones, which I am a huge fan of, but I have major complaints with where they're taking it this season. Anyway, Avengers Endgame, what I want to say, with no spoilers, for all my people in Afghanistan, for my father who hasn't got to see it yet, I think he's seen it in a couple days. It is amazing. Do not watch a spoiler. Don't hear a spoiler. See the movie with no spoilers whenever you can, and it's amazing. And we can talk about it. And maybe I'll make a spoiler video later where I'm talking about this, and I'll put spoiler. Do not watch spoiler. But the reason I'm dropping this video first is for all my people in Afghanistan who cannot see Avengers. And just so you know, it is awesome, and see it as soon as you can. And don't watch my other video until you do get a chance to see it, when you get an R&R or whatever. But for the rest of you, yeah, we'll talk about that later. And it's time to make another video or something else. Drunken reviews. Let's go.